Hello, growers. Protect your crops from harmful insects with Modern Growers Insectanet. This top-tier insect netting made by Modern Grower shields your plants from pests and harsh weather, boosting your yields without harmful sprays. Insectanet's unique design allows 90% of the light to pass through and is easy to use with low tunnel systems like our Quick Hoops. It's soft, elastic, and durable, perfect for field use to help ensure that your crops thrive. Say goodbye to pest damage and hello to healthier, market-ready produce. Invest in Insectanet and see the difference it makes. Get Insectanet at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.
If you were to come to me and say, should I start a business while carrying personal debt? And this is a question that I get a lot. My answer would be no. Asterisk. If you have a low interest student loan debt or a mortgage, I think that's forgivable debt. But if you have credit card debt or some other cash advance type debt, you should not start a business. It's not okay. It's wrong. If you aren't financially responsible enough to manage your personal finances, why would you be financially responsible to also manage the finances of a business? Like if you are up to your neck in debt personally, why do you think you're going to run the business any different? Like you are living and breathing the idea that debt's great. I can just buy stuff. You're going to adopt that mindset in the business, and that is going to lead to problems down the line when events like COVID-19 hit. Events like when things like we're going through now hit. If sales depreciate, if sales go down and you have to keep paying debt, what are you going to do? So I would say if you have credit card debt, don't start a business. It's like driving. When I first started driving, the very first thing you had to do back in the day was you had to get a permit and you had to drive with a parent. And then when you finally got your license, you could drive alone, but you had to drive during daytime. And then eventually, after you drove like a year, you were a certain age, you could drive at night. Like they weren't just going to unleash you upon the world right away as soon as you started learning how to drive to go drive at night in the middle of snowstorms. You had to have some training wheels there. And financially, you need those same training wheels. If you're a mess in your own personal life in terms of personal finances, like you need to get that together. Those are your training wheels. That's your driver's permit before you start a business, which is driving at night alone. And if that's a topic that's of interest, hit me up on Instagram, shoot me an email. I'll talk more about that stuff. And the danger of accruing debt in a business is the interest payments don't go away until you pay off your principal. I'm going to say this a lot in this episode because I'm not sure people get this. The interest on debt does not go away until it's all paid off. And as farmers, you'll like this analogy. The interest on debts grows without rain. It's always going to be there. Your business does bad, you got to pay interest. Your business does good, you have to pay interest. Your business is doing okay, you got to pay interest. So you're on the hook no matter what. Do you want to put yourself in that position? Another reason I don't think you should start a business with debt is starting a business is really a personal loan to yourself. You're going to take some money out of your personal savings and you're going to loan it to yourself to do this thing. And I'm not going to go as far as saying starting your own business is an investment because you aren't investing in something that's proven. You're loaning something for someone to start something. Eventually, maybe it can become an investment, but in the beginning, it's a loan. It's a loan you hope to pay yourself back for. And I could say with a pretty straight face that starting a business is essentially gambling. You're betting on yourself to make an idea work. I'm not saying that's wrong to gamble in that way. We've all done that, but that's what you're doing. Because if your bet goes wrong, or if you bet wrong, you're still going to owe that money to yourself and probably more. So if you're not in a good financial position initially to absorb a massive hit, don't do it. Don't start a business. Because a scenario when you start a business has to be all of it goes away and it never comes back. How much worse of a position could that potentially put you in if you're carrying debt? You're already behind the eight ball. You could bury some or all of that debt, but you're going to defer that money into a business, probably trying to arbitrage it, saying, I owe 10 grand in credit cards. I'm going to start a business with 10 grand, and I think the business can make $20,000. Then I'll just pay off the credit card with that. It's great until it doesn't work. I'd see people do this in the stock market, and we would try and talk them out of it all the time. But in the end of the day, it's people's money. You have to allow them to do what they want to do. Well, I need $5,000 in 2 months for school, but I want to put this $5,000 I have on this stock. Hopefully I can make some money in a few months. What tended to happen most of the time? $5,000 turned into $4,000. Rarely did it ever go up. It's just a bad move. When you know you need money with something, when you know you have liabilities, take care of the liabilities first with cold, hard cash. Don't gamble on something like starting a business. Hello, growers. If you enjoy podcasts like this one, tune into my podcast In Search of Soil on YouTube for a deep dive into the mysteries beneath our feet. Join me as I explore topics such as mycorrhizal fungi, mushrooms, compost, biochar, and more. It's a soil nerd's dream. We're going deep. We're talking to scientists about all things soil related. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or a gardener just starting out, our podcast has something for everyone. Listen in and grow with us. Check out In Search of Soil on YouTube.